My co-presenter, Bishop Balaji and I will be presenting our thoughts on today's educational system.
Yes, Darshan, let's tell them what we know about the current education system. The term education system actually refers to public schooling and not private schooling. The term education system also refers to the period between kindergarten and high school. Growth is actually like...
Hold on, Rishabh. If we go any further, let me show you something on the board back here.
Wait, what is that?
You may be wondering what this absurd-looking object is. Well, that dot in the center represents all that we have accomplished so far, and the circle around it represents all that we can accomplish by advancing our educational system today.
You are right, Darshan. We do need to update our education system for comparison.
Now,
What I feel is the biggest problem is that students don't get any motivation to go to school at all.
exactly. They've forgotten their purpose of going to school. Now, children these days do not get motivation at all. When we went to school, we have been doctrined with a certain scenario. Work hard, you will be rewarded, go to college, and eventually you get a job. But the future doesn't guarantee always such a happy ending.
Well, the problems are endless. We could keep on listing a few of them. Even I feel that, the classrooms are overcrowded. Teacher to student ratio is too high.
Yes. Now you see, intelligence was considered as our deductive capacity as well as our knowledge of the classics, what we refer today as academic ability. But this has divided academics into academics and non-academics, smart people and non-smart people. But this comparison has caused exceptionally brilliant children to believe that they are not.
Now, with the problems, let's talk about the history of the education system in India.
Well, olden day education there's not really much to talk about it. Basically, what we were taught in olden days was always referring to the Vedas. We were taught to memorize it and recite it constantly.
You were also taught the sciences and basic medical practices. The current education system is more profession oriented and it has developed from the past few years, but I feel it hasn't developed enough as not many people have the ability to get an education system like we have. We are also, we are also forced to forget distractions such as phones, games, and etc. We are forced to study and not express ourselves. We don't have the freedom of speech or anything once we enter school.
Yes. Now, the UNESCO has implemented a program known as Education for All, which provides free education to all children up to primary school. But according to recent Education for All report, the illiteracy rate around the world is still very high. Now,
according to UNESCO, 27.1% of the world, 27.1% of India's population is illiterate, and 13.7% of the world's population is illiterate. 50% of Ghana's population don't even know what education means. They're just living their lives.
yes, but actually, even with large education programs being implemented around the world, children still drop out of school at a very young age. Why don't they stay? Well, because there's a large parents are unable to support their children financially as due to the poor education system, they have to pay extra for tuition fees, uniforms, lunch, and etc. Well,
the government actually came up with solutions to such problems a few years ago. In 1968, an education policy was adopted by the Indian government where it took responsibility to educate children and adults alike. But as you can see, it actually hasn't worked as so many people, 27.3% of the Indian population are still uneducated. These solutions have not actually been implemented the way they were supposed to be implemented.
Now, Solutions to the problem.
Actual solutions.
The actual solutions are the classroom should be less crowded. The student to teacher ratio should be reduced so that the teacher may focus on, if there's a large number of students, the teacher may not be able to reach out to all the students effectively.
I also feel that if young students are motivated to become teachers, education can actually spread. We can have a lot of teachers educating, we can have a lot of teachers, that way the student to teacher ratio will also decrease. The outcomes of the solution, we'll have a more educated country, we'll have a more developed country, which in turn teaches people how to be more hygienic, more gender problems will be solved by educating the country. The current education system doesn't allow that, as many people in India are not educated. They don't even know what education means. They are just living their basic lives and going on. We have less amount of poverty. That way we have less number of people to feed in our country. In a few years, if we update our education system right now, our economic growth will be boosted up, like drastically. There's a generation gap between parents and children right now. But if the education system is updated, that way we can also, lessen that gap. Everybody will be educated. Everybody will know what's happening around them. Everybody will have an idea of what to do next in life. Thank you.
Thank you.
As of today, we have
So you can't hear you.
today, as of today, could you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
60 million engineers are jobless, and India needs every year at least 25,000, 2.5 lakh doctors, but we need hardly 15,000 doctors. Why this requirement is something, and we have made every year we need 1.5 million engineers. Already 40 million engineers are jobless. And why we talk about education? Why this? What is the solution for this?
You see, India requires basically people, in order to get into the medical profession, it's become much more difficult now because they used to pay, now the education fees for medical science is increased drastically. We have to, but engineering is not like,
What my friend here is trying to say is that engineering is more in demand. People are being more fascinated by the science team and engineering course altogether. But doctors in such are not, they're not motivated to become doctors.
moreover, our country requires the best of the best to become doctors. That is why the number of seats around India have reduced, and only the person with a good rank in the so-called NEET examination could get it.
So I would also like to say that if everybody, if the number of doctors increase, then everybody would feel that they could also become a great doctor, and once it comes to that point where they have to perform a surgery and they're not able to, that's the time then we'll be at a loss. The country altogether will be at a loss. Because they have an overconfidence thinking that they can be great doctors, but they really can't. They have their own abilities in different fields such as engineering, agriculture, etc.
Okay. Nowadays, more importance is given to children getting into engineering and medicine and all this. But at the same time, in India we have many rural areas where we don't have teachers to even give basic education. Would you like to throw light on this? See, of late, the demand for engineering, medicine and all this is there. Fine. But in rural areas, we don't even have teachers for giving basic education. You said at the age of 6 to 11, there are many dropouts, parents are not able to afford and all this. But at the same time, we do not have teachers to give the basic education in very rural areas?
Now, what I would like to say is that it all begins with the first step. You always need a spark to ignite the flame. We need to start somewhere. Once we start educating one rural village, it will go on to the next. Word will spread. We will actually become famous for what we are doing right now. And for the lack of teachers, in a few slides back, I actually mentioned a solution to one of these problems, saying that we can motivate more of the children of the current generation to become more teachers. That way, we have more teachers and less students. The teacher to ratio gap will increase drastically. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can we have a round of applause, please? Thank you, Balaji and